Sirrine from Valley Girls Basketball. Coach, thank you so much for popping on and joining us today to give us a solid preview of your team. We appreciate it.
Ooh, 1 second. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Ooh, here we go.
You hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Sorry.
Awesome, Coach. Want to tell you thank you for coming on today and giving us a solid preview of Grand Valley basketball. We're excited.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's start off with just, hey, you've had a couple of practices under your belt now. You've been able to get with your team. How's that been going, and what have you seen from your players so far in this preseason window?
It's been going well so far. Girls been working hard, really getting after it. I'm first year this year, so it's a lot of new stuff for me and the girls. So kind of been throwing a lot at them, but they've been doing a good job handling that so far.
First year, you're always trying to build a culture and establish that philosophy. What is that for you? What kind of things do you want to establish this year for Grand Valley girls basketball?
I think most importantly, we want to make sure that they compete and play hard, have a no plays off mentality, play fast, kind of get up in your face on defense and try and push the ball on offense.
When you think about some of the things that you have on your checkmark list of things you want to accomplish before game one, what are some things that you want to see out of the next couple of weeks of practice before you get there?
Everything. No, I think one of the big things is kind of settling into our offensive philosophy. Like I said, it's new. But the last few practices, and we had a scrimmage last night, there's been some definite improvement and stuff that we can start to see and build off of from there. So that's one big thing.
I can see Coach answering that question with like an old school scroll that just here's my checklist.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you think of the players that you have, obviously we want to meet the team segment. We want you to go through your roster and some of the names that we have to know in Grand Valley before we get out to games this year.
Yeah, I would say number one, we're led by Kaylin Hart. She returns from last year as leading scorer. And she's just she got a really high basketball IQ, really good basketball player, good leader. So I think everything kind of starts with her. After her, we got some other returning starters in Dixie Miller, who's a senior, big, strong, physical presence. And so we're really looking for her to help out offensively and defensively there as well. A couple other seniors in Abby Eland and Chloe Freeman. They're like 3-and-D girls. Get up in your face on defense and hit some open shots when you have the opportunity. And then we have 4 juniors who I all expect to contribute. They were not necessarily big-time varsity players last year, but they're all really athletic, good basketball IQ. And so looking for big things from them at the varsity level. And then one freshman in Chloe Turk. She's big body, high basketball IQ, and she's shown some promise here in the first few practices and scrimmages as well.
As we talk about all these players and a lot of returners from last year, when you got this job, did you kind of look at film from last year and try to see what you got, or did you just learn that all on the fly in the summer and try to build relationships with them as you could?
Well, it helps. I'm a teacher here, so I know all of them and have various levels of relationships with them from that. But no, I kind of knew what we had going in, and I had high expectations taking over here. I watched a lot of their games last year and knew that we were going to have a good group of girls coming back.
Let's talk about your schedule. Obviously, we'll start with the conference that you play in, a very tough one that you have to deal with. What do you expect out of it? What are some things that you see out of the conference this year?
Yeah, so we play in the CVC Valley. It is, like you said, very tough. To be honest with you, I don't have 100% idea of what's coming back. I know that I've watched films from last year, stuff that try to pick up on some stuff that teams like to do. But I know Kirtland's always pretty solid. Kirtland's always good. I know Berkshire's always good. And we hope to be, and I don't want to diss anybody and leave anybody out. But we hope to be right up there in the conversation with all those perennial schools that are usually pretty solid in our conference.
What about some non-conference teams that you're really excited to test yourself against that pop up on your schedule this year?
We open up with 3 straight Ashtabula County teams in Edgewood, Jefferson, and Conneaut. and so I'm excited to start out there. Later on in the year, we get some tough games. Like I know we have Cornerstone towards the end of the year, and then we have Wyndham, who's usually a pretty good NAC team that we play at the end of the year. So I'm excited for those games.
Like you said earlier, you're a teacher at Grand Valley. So my question is, when this job opened up, like what was the driving force for you of wanting to get it and wanting to be a part of this program?
Well, I think the number one thing is I really enjoy all the girls on the team. Like I said, I had relationships with them. And I always kind of have known that this was probably the way it would work out for me. I've been helping out with Justin and the boys for the last 7 or 8 years as a JV coach and a varsity assistant, and learned a lot from him, but I knew that he wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I've always kind of thought that my opportunity would come hopefully here with the girls program, and that's the way it worked out. So I was super excited when that did come open for me.
Here's your opportunity, and I'm wondering if you have any idea how it's going to feel game one when you realize like this is the first game of head coaching, and you get to maybe it's been a dream. Maybe you get to say this is a dream come true to have this job. What do you think game one is going to feel like for you?
Well, I definitely super excited. I think it's going to be awesome. It's a home game too, so that helps out. I also coach baseball here, so I do have an idea of what like it feels like to have that first varsity game, that first varsity experience, get it under your belt. But basketball has always kind of been my first love, so definitely super excited to get out there. Honestly, I don't know what it's going to feel like exactly, but I know that I'm going to be super excited when it does come around.
Keeping yourself busy coaching multiple sports, I definitely admit that to that's a lot of work to put in. Yeah. Coach, you talked about your love of the game. You talked that basketball was your favorite sport. One of the things I want to know before we let you go is, where did that love come from? Where did you find yourself falling in love with the sport of basketball?
Just through playing it when I was younger. I didn't start till sixth grade. So I got a little bit later start than most people do. But just like I think the competition aspect, I'm a super competitor. Like I hate losing, and basketball, I kind of attribute that to my experiences playing basketball. And I think that basketball taught me, like I was not very good when I was younger, but it taught me the values of perseverance and working hard to get better at something that you really want. And so I think that's where that love of basketball came from.
Coach, your first game is Black Friday, I believe, against Edgewood at home. Give your community a little bit of a pitch, a sales pitch to get out there and support Grand Valley girls basketball.
Well, I think we're going to be playing a different brand of basketball this year, an exciting brand, hopefully, more up-tempo. And I just hope people want to come out and watch. We've had great community support so far. We had a lot of people at our scrimmage yesterday. And so hopefully everybody comes and supports on that opening night.
I can tell you and the Grand Valley community for sure that game will be on YSN because I'll be making the trip to Grand Valley to see you guys. So awesome. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's do it, Coach. Thank you so much for coming on and giving us a preview of your team. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck this year. We can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right. You got it, Coach. We'll see you soon.